All right, so welcome to Holland and Hobbs. This will be episode maybe 12?
11, because
12, if we count the wine and food fest episode.
I felt like that was kind of an extension of 10,
Is that extension?
a follow up, yeah,
Okay, we can call it a follow up. So episode 11.
or 10 and a half.
We're doing a little earlier this week. We're on a Monday.
Yeah, it's real weird. It's really, I'm a creature of habit. This is throwing my whole thing
Only
off.
earlier in the week, early in the day too as well. So it's a
Yeah, so in case anyone was worried, I'm not drinking wine on a Monday morning. This is just some good old water.
Can we call it? I mean, it's lunch is being served now. You know, it's like
Yeah, I would still feel very uncomfortable drinking wine at 11 a.m. on a Monday.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's true. That's true. And it's government shutdown still. So, it's no rules during government shutdown. Just it's a free for all.
We're still ongoing.
Still ongoing.
No signs of change.
Apparently, Senate meets today. Well, they do work this week. But if they don't come to some resolution, they're off next week because, why not be off on a random week in November? And then, but don't worry, they don't report on Monday at like 8 or 9 a.m. or anything. They get there at 3 p.m. naturally. I think, I'm like, what time do they close? 4?
Oh, they're going to walk in and do the vote and leave.
I mean, that's fine. If y'all want to treat yourself to another week off, that's fine. Just please.
Well, I saw, Halloween this past Friday. I saw that you was Ruth Ginsburg.
I was the notorious RBG fighting for equality.
I want to ask you, was any inspiration to the
Yep.
Halloween?
Yep. It was and then my friend Leah, she was a hippie. So she had a little sign that said, resistance is a form of love. And so I felt like we kind of our costumes complemented each other.
Your kid was she was a Harry Potter.
She was Hermione.
She was
Hermione from Harry Potter. She refuses to read Harry Potter.
Did she watch the movies?
Because I'm just not into reading. But yeah, she's watched the movies.
That's the complete opposite. My daughter's into reading.
I'm into reading.
She's a big reader.
Which, I mean, I get like maybe, I don't remember when I read Harry Potter, but I think it wasn't out when we were in 5th grade. Or maybe it came out right around that time. I don't know, but she just does not read for enjoyment.
I never read the books, but I have watched the movies. So I know enough.
Yeah, it's good. They're good stuff.
What house are you?
No.
You never did the test?
I mean,
you read the books and then never did the test, so you even know what you are.
Like what test was there?
To tell you what house you're in.
How do you know a test?
It's like
I thought the sorting hat sorted it out.
Website, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. You do the test.
I went to the thing at Universal Studios. I want to say I got put in like Hufflepuff or something, which I was like,
I'm a Hufflepuff.
I don't know. I feel like there's like Gryffindor and Slytherin, and then the other two are Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. Yes. And I feel like if you're in those, like I feel those are the people that kind of fall through the cracks. And I'm more of like a, I was born to shine. I don't know if it was in the.
What was her name? So Hermione.
Hermione. Okay. She was Gryffindor.
Okay, no, see, I think she was a Ravenclaw, but for movie purposes, she was a Gryffindor. I think her character is more Ravenclaw.
Oh, no, I was about to say the book she was in Gryffindor.
I think her character is definitely more Ravenclaw.
I don't know. I can't. It's been so long since there's a fly.
You're going to take this test so we can figure out what exactly you are.
Okay.
We're both Hufflepuffs. It'd be kind of funny.
I'll do that. I'll do my homework.
But Hufflepuffs are loyal. That's part of the Hufflepuff thing.
I am that. Yeah.
About being trustworthy and loyal and some other stuff. I didn't like it at first because it reminds me of Jigglypuff.
It reminds me of like the Huffalumps and Woozles or whatever on Winnie the Pooh.
Well, we had our first kid-free.
I think I killed that.
Halloween in like 14 years.
So fun.
My son is 14, so it's been 14 years since we have not had a child for Halloween. It was different.
Okay.
Also, I would say the day after Halloween, then you wake up and you're like, man, I don't have any candy. Usually,
first world problems.
Yeah, we hit up all the houses. I mean, we hit doors on Halloween.
So did your
Yeah, got it.
Sweet. Did your kids not trick or treat either? Or just not
Well,
with y'all?
my daughter, she was Velma this year from Scooby
Oh, I
Doo.
saw that. Super
Yeah, and
cute.
one of her friend, her bestie was Daphne. So
Okay.
she went to her house, her neighborhood for Halloween, and they trick or treat together because they had the little combo. And then her friend's little brother, he's like maybe 3, maybe.
Okay.
He was Scooby Doo.
How
So
sweet. I do feel like because our kids are about the same age, and I feel like this is where it's more about being with their friends and stuff like that than you know us.
I was fine with it. Like, hey, y'all cool. Yeah, you don't go nowhere? Fine with me. I
Yeah.
mean, the wife, she loved. I don't want to think about it.
I mean, I probably would have been the same if I wasn't with Ruby Kate. But this year I was like, you want to do any of the like trunk or treats? No. Thank goodness. Jeez Louise. Like, I was happy about that. Someone was like, "Oh, are you sad that she's past the trunk or treat?" Absolutely not. Nope.
I never really cared for the trunk or treats.
No, me
Trunk or treats are
neither.
kind of to me more of the thing you do during the week leading up. It's like the prequel to Halloween.
Yeah, but
It's like
but
little
then
events you hit up before the actual Halloween
but
and
then by
shit.
the time it's Halloween, you're just over it. I mean, there's been years where we had to
If you hit a
have,
lot, yeah, yeah.
I'm expected to have like 3 costume situations. You got to have the school costume and the trunk or treat costume and then the trick or treat costume. I'm like doing too much.
I still dress up. We went as Jokers. We both painted our face. Had a little Joker thing going.
Very cute.
It was funny because she did hers and she did the ha 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 on her face, and we went out and I was looking, I like something wasn't right. She was like, "What are you looking at?" And I finally caught it. She was like, "What?" And then we were with some other people. I was like, "What do you see on her face wrong?" He was looking. Oh, her ha 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 is backwards. So when she's writing looking in the mirror, she wrote it left to right.
Uh-huh.
And not thinking when you're looking at someone, it's going the opposite
Right.
left to right. Well, like no one else noticed it. No one else would have seen it.
That's
And where we
funny.
was at was dark nighttime, so no one really noticed it.
So
But
what do
it
people
was good.
do that don't have kids on Halloween? What is
Well, a friend of hers wanted to go to a drag show on
Okay.
Halloween. Well, the option was
That's a good time.
we thought about staying in Athens and going to Ironton Ales because they had a Halloween party
Uh-huh.
on Halloween. It was like adults only after 9 p.m. So, we got no kids. We can go check it out. And one of her friends said, hey, let's go to a drag show. And there were 2 options. One was an earlier show, and one was a later show. I'm fine, whatever. I've been to drag shows before. It can be definitely an
Mm-hmm.
entertaining experience if you've
Mm-hmm.
never been to a drag show.
Yeah.
So
It's
uh
just theater.
it
Everyone
really
calm
is. It's
down.
performance. It's like it's a performance.
It is.
So we chose the earlier one because it was starting at like 8 or 8:30. And
Dang, I can't. What time is the later one?
it was like 10:30, 11.
No, that's my bedtime.
Okay, so that's why we went to the earlier one. I was like, you're not going to make it if you go to a later one. So let's choose the earlier performance. So we went there and it was at Campus 805, which was very interesting. I guess they're very, open, friendly. Just a side note.
Open friendly.
Listen, as a side note, I had a client, being a realtor, I had a client one day and he wasn't from here. He's like from Philadelphia. And I took him to Campus 805, we could get a beer, something to eat, because we're looking at houses and they were going to be finished. So we went to Campus 805. We walking through the corridors, and they had a drag brunch there on that same
I was
day.
about to say drag brunch is where it's at.
And he's like he's a fit guy. Like he's very fit, tall, like in shape.
Mm-hmm.
And we were walking past the speakeasy, and one of the drag queens came. There was a couple of them standing outside. She's like, "Ooh, honey." She took her hand. She rubbed it. He just standing there like.
I mean,
that was one of the funniest things. I took a client to Campus 805 in Huntsville, and you getting rubbed down by a drag queen.
Yeah, you either got a real positive review or a real negative one on that.
It worked out. Yeah, he took it nice. He told his wife about it. She laughed too.
Your wife and I did a drag brunch that time in Nashville.
Yeah, so speaking of I learned something about drag performances. I've been to a few.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to ones here in Huntsville, and I've been to ones in Nashville. and I wouldn't say I've ever seen a bad drag show. I
Uh-huh.
just feel like if you're doing that kind of stuff, like you're in it, like
Yeah.
you
You're
throwing everything.
committed.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta be to me. You
Mhm.
gotta be committed. So I'm sitting there and we're watching the performers like one after the other, and I'm kind of just like it's kind of low energy. It's kind
Womp,
of
womp, womp.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's not really as entertaining as some of the other ones I've seen. And I got to thinking, I'm like, man, I didn't realize that there were levels to drag shows, and now I know.
Well, and like I think too, depending on this, I'm not saying Huntsville couldn't have a good one, but like
Yeah,
obviously the bigger the city, you've got a
that
little
might be.
more. You got a little more queens out there. We went to a Hocus Pocus one, so we had like,
Well, that's how they ended this one.
mm-hmm,
They ended with a other Hocus Pocus thing, and that was entertaining at the end. Them doing the little Hocus Pocus thing,
yeah.
but it was just like I said, leading up to that ending, it was just like it may be one that was pretty good, but a couple is like y'all shouldn't even really be here. I don't know what y'all doing.
Yeah.
What it remind me of is like when you go to a strip club and you got the dancers, the couple they just hold the pole and they just two step, they do a little tap
Oh
dance,
yeah.
and then you got the ones that hop on the pole and they're like gold medalists
Right. Like some
performers.
real tricks.
And that's
Yeah.
like I guess that's the difference. But I was like, I'm thinking too, I'm like, man, maybe we messed up coming to the earlier show. Just like strip club, your
Maybe.
second shift ain't
Well,
as good as your third
but
shift.
also you've got like the pony or whatever over here, and then you got like the ones in Atlanta.
But yeah, but even like you go to a
You
base one,
can
like the third shift dancers are
the
usually better.
third
They're
shift.
usually better than the second shift. The
Okay.
second shift are like time killers.
Okay.
The third shift, that's your money makers. I feel like we went to
Like
that.
prime time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that 10:30 11 show probably was the prime
I
time.
feel like a rainbow needs to come across the screen. Like the more you know. You remember those commercials that used to
Yeah.
come on when we were kids?
Yes.
Like,
I've learned. I've learned.
so there you go on a Monday morning. Your drag queen
I
101.
would say, being the city, I mean, the best ones I have probably been to has been Nashville. The Nashville ones, you know, I'm being committed. Like they be joking. I went to one show.
Mm-hmm.
The host, yeah, I guess they go he. I mean, he was roasting people in the audience, joking on folks. I mean, it was funny.
I was in New York once, and it was like after a Broadway show or something. We were at a diner. It's kind of late, and a group came in like to eat, and they were like honestly beautiful. They really were. I mean, if
I mean, it be
you
nails done,
there
hair
was
done,
like
makeup done.
a few signs, well, besides the fact that they were very like done up, you know, it's like difference of like they weren't just trans
Yeah.
people, they were performers, but also like some
Well, there's also a difference
good,
between drag and trans too, though.
right.
Yeah.
I'm saying it wasn't just
Yeah.
like really pretty trans, obvious
Yeah.
trans. It wasn't even that. It was like they were drag queens, but also they were beautiful, like beautiful. Like they're probably psyching some men out. I'm just saying, like,
And we're in Alabama, and I know we got a lot of big conservative base here, and I would recommend everybody should go see a drag show. It's like it's
I'm just thinking
it's entertainment.
if I'm a drag queen, this probably not gonna be where I'm at. Like, if I got some talent, I'm taking my talent to South Beach. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But yeah, like I said, the whole the night wasn't. It was different. Like I said, it was just different having not having any kind of kids or anything. But overall, I guess it was a good time.
Yeah,
We did something different on Halloween.
fun.
And then Saturday, one different. We went up to the wine fest. It was me and you. It was there. We had Stephanie kind of greet us and show us some things there.
You found out you actually like some wine.
I like wine. I don't dislike wine. I
Yeah.
guess I learned my lane of wine.
I got you.
I know what type of lane I fit in now. I thought I was a sweet person. And through Stephanie, I learned that I'm a fruit forward.
Fruit forward. I like it.
So now I guess when I go shopping for my wine in Publix, I need to look up fruit forward stuff.
Yeah, look it up before you go, because I mean, not much of it's gonna be like, hey, I'm fruit forward.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like I said, I didn't know like the different names of the different grapes.
Yep. There's actually apps too. There's one that I my friend has that she was telling me about, and I didn't actually like get it, but it's like vino or something like that, and it helps you to like rate your wine, so you can scan the bottle when you purchase something, and it'll like log it and tell you about. And if you like it, it can offer you other suggestions to like other ones that are similar.
Like the beer apps.
Okay. Yep. See.
Yeah, it's called. Yeah, they got several beer apps you look up. See the hops, IPA. And
Okay.
stuff.
Yep. So something like that. But also, I feel like the more you drink wine and like go to stuff like that where someone's explaining it to you and you kind of like she even taught me some stuff because like even some of the wine regions like New Zealand and different stuff, and I always tend to gravitate towards those, and then I kind of figured out like why, because of the grapes they grow and stuff like that. So
yeah,
very cool.
It definitely helped having someone knowledgeable like actually show you and tell you things. Like when you go to those things, the people that pouring the wine, they always informative too. Well, they got questions, ask them, but having someone directly there with you that knows her stuff,
yeah, for sure. Well, and if you go to places like Napa and other wine regions, everybody out there is like as cool and knowledgeable as she is. So that's just, I mean, that just kind of makes for a fun experience, I feel like.
Yeah.
Now, some of the places are a little stuffier than others, which I think some people kind of think wine is stuffy, but it doesn't have to be.
I've never been to a winery or vineyard.
Okay, well, that's next on our list. Actually, we went a few weekends ago to one. There's one in Tony, Alabama, but it's like on the Madison side of Tony, and it's called La Familia, and it is very cool. Like we met the owners, we talked to them. It does not feel like you're in Tony, Alabama.
Is it the building is like all black?
Yep.
I saw someone post that.
Yep.
I saw someone post a picture there. I think Allison.
Yep. Yes, she did, because I commented that we had been there and it was really cool. And they actually do grow their grapes. I mean, I was trying to get like a job there next spring, like working on the weekends. So you might see me there, but
I've always been a brewery guy. Never been to the wineries or.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a good bit of breweries too, but those wineries hit different.
I think you got a winery, you gotta get like cheese and charcuterie boards
for sure.
Or more, give me some wings.
Never had wings at a winery. I mean, I could get down on a charcuterie board.
I mean,
I love that mess.
I get it.
I'd eat that for dinner every night. A little cheese, little meat.
It's an adult lunchable.
I'm very French on the inside.
No, it's just an adult lunchable. That's all it is.
Yeah, except for like lunchable meat and cheese is weird. It's like very processed.
Maybe. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't eat meat in shapes. So like if it's a perfect square or a perfect circle, well, except a pepperoni. But like bologna, that's a no for me. Ham, I like ham, but like I don't want it to be like this thick and squishy and in a circle.
So we learned at the wine fest, you don't like meat on the bone, and now we don't eat meat in the shape.
Right. So, and I am, before all you haters come at me, seek me out to tell me that, guess what? All meat comes off a bone. I do know that, yes. I just don't actually like to eat it off of the bone because it makes me feel like I'm like a hyena on Lion King or something. And I don't like to watch people like, tearing the meat off the bone with their teeth.
You don't like them primal?
No, not at all. And then also like I'm real weird about just like the texture and the composition. Like if I'm gonna eat chicken somewhere, I need to be able to break the chicken in half and it's clean. It's just a good clean, no brown, no gooey, none of that. So like my chicken restaurants are a very short list.
So if someone made like a tomahawk steak, you're fine with them bringing the steak to the
table.
Like,
filet mignon for me, please.
Like you wouldn't want to see the bone and cut it off the bone, and that'd be like.
I don't want the fat and stuff on it.
Well, you trim it up.
Or I could just have filet.
But that tomahawk is different. No. The bone gives you flavor. It's important.
Filet has a lot of flavor.
Man, we got to work on that. Nope. Working on things.
Nope. I could honestly be a vegetarian for the most part, except I really do love pork a lot. So that would be a struggle.
Not going to ever be a vegetarian.
But most meals, I could just take or leave meat. I mean, don't get me wrong, and it's not about like saving the animals. I mean, I don't want to kill the animals myself, but like I know that that's what they're here for, I guess. So that's fine. But like, I don't know. I just don't love meat.
Mm.
It's okay.
We're learning things now.
Yep. Episode 11. That's when you really start to get to know me.
Well, also this weekend we had the World Series.
Yeah.
You was pulling for the Blue Jays.
I was. That's probably why they lost, honestly. I think I'm a curse on sports.
You know what?
Sorry, Blue Jays.
They had their chance to win that.
They did. And I will say that's probably the best World Series matchup I've seen in a long time.
I said that. I think that might have been the best World Series of
that
my
I
lifetime.
can remember.
You know
Yeah,
that I can, because like one going down to 7 games, and then how the Dodgers won that game 7. They were down the entire game to come back in the 9th inning.
And I really don't like the Dodgers, but the way that they won is just what baseball's about. It wasn't with your boy Ohtani, because he really underperformed that game. It wasn't, it wasn't with your like highest paid guys or your biggest name guys. I mean, one of my favorite parts of that game was, for just the love of baseball, was that they traded him out in the outfield. I can't think of his name, but they substituted and put the guy in center field that made the catch at the end.
Okay.
And because that's not his normal position or whatever, but he's got a really good arm. That's why they put him out there. And I was like, what are they doing? Because like you see people like they'll pinch, like run, put somebody in to run that's faster. And once you take them out, you can't put them back in. So when they put him out in the center field, I was just like, that's a weird move. It was the right move.
And then even like the lucky break the Dodgers got with that one ball getting stuck under the wall.
Oh, that was petty, childish. I'm like, get the ball.
But I mean, see, to me that shows knowing the rules of your sports.
Okay, but see, it's the same thing that you fussed about intentionally walking. It's strategy. Yes, it is the same.
It's not the same.
It is the same. It's strategy. It's strategy because he knows he could have got that ball. He knows he could have.
And the guy would have been rounding third base.
But by not touching that ball, it was a ground rule double. It's a strategy.
That's different.
Such a strategy.
That is intentionally walking someone and
every single body
knowing
intentionally
if I don't touch
walks.
that ball, they got to stop where they're at. That's different. That's the difference.
It's the same.
Because if you would have grabbed it, maybe the refs don't see it, and then they don't make that call. So you got to make sure it's obvious,
right? Because he could have easily gotten it.
You got to make sure it's obvious, though.
And it worked. He did it. It was a good strategy.
It
stopped him at second.
It definitely helped him.
So,
and another game that stuck out was at game 3. They went like 18 innings.
Yeah, I went to bed. I do not do. I rarely ever do overtime or extra innings.
So funny about that game
on a sport.
I took my son to, it might have been a hockey practice, and so we didn't get back home by 10:30, 11. And I was like, hey, let me see what the score to the game was. And I Googled it, of course. It was like still going. I was like, oh, the game's still on. So I turned to that game at like 11:30 at night, and our time is Central, and I didn't finish the game until like 1:30. So like it's It was like
Wyatt went to bed at the end of the 15th inning. And he said that was like around midnight.
At that point, I felt like I'm committed. It was like, okay, I've started this game at 11:30.
But really, that's why they need to have, during the season they'll put the ghost runner on for extra innings, and that's why they need to do that even in the playoffs in the World Series.
I didn't think about that. They didn't do that in the World Series.
And if they had done that, it's still an even playing field, but it really would have sped things up. Because
I did not think about that at all.
Not only is it tough on everyone that's trying to stay up and watch it, but it's tough on the people who got to get up the next day and play again. So,
like Ohtani, you had to go back and pitch
exactly.
Again
I'm sure he was wishing there had been a ghost runner.
He was on base 9 or 10 times that game.
Yep. So if they would use a ghost runner, I mean, I don't know.
I agree with that. You got to because you can't have it going on forever.
No.
So you talking about us is 1:30 here, East Coast, it's 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people on the East Coast stayed up till 2:30 to watch that game end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. You need that extra runner. You need extra runner.
And then this next season, they're implementing the where you can argue balls and strikes. They can review it or whatever.
Is it gonna be the computer system?
That they used in the All-Star game? Which, did you watch any of that?
No.
I liked it personally because you only get so many a game. So it's not like you can argue every single one.
Yeah.
And it can only be argued by the pitcher or the catcher. And I think you had posted one time about him hitting the top of his helmet or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and that's how they indicate that they want it challenged.
The ref was gonna throw a player out or something like that because he tapped
Yeah,
his
well,
he thought it was a form of disrespect or something like that
because that wasn't implemented, and so it's like all you're doing is arguing with me without using your words.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's what Wyatt said. He said that it's like the batter is kind of chirping back at the umpire without chirping.
But also, umpires got weak because, like, when I was a kid back in the 90s, like, I mean, it's about the equivalent of a hockey game where a fight breaks out. Like, there used to be a little back and forth all the time, and now you just say one word and they toss you out, and like that's just lame.
And this series also apparently had a big international draw too. It said at least 10 home runs was hit by international players in this World Series.
Nice.
So I think overall, and then your MVP was a Japanese guy. You know.
Yeah.
I think this definitely showed the broad range of baseball. You had a Canadian team. Yeah. A Japanese player won the MVP. Another Japanese player was a star on the team. So
yeah, it was cool. Yep. Plus, I mean, you have like even a lot of the guys that played for Toronto were from other places too, had dual citizenship. So
that'd be cool. 9 for the Dodgers now. I think I saw that they're tied with the Red Sox.
I saw that.
Is it just the Yankees that are ahead of everybody?
Yeah.
I know the Yankees got plenty.
The Yankees are way ahead, but then
St. Louis.
The St. Louis had a good bit too.
St. Louis got to be second. So Yankees, St. Louis, and then everybody else. Can they three-peat?
Maybe. Who knows?
They got the money.
Yeah, but we talked about that. But money's not everything. It's not. I mean, look at the Mets. Poor Mets. Yeah.
They might be back
now. The Braves are looking. I mean, we got to hire a manager, and they say that the guy that they're looking at is one of the coaches for the Dodgers, which is why they hadn't made a decision yet because they were waiting on all that.
Are the Dodgers a dynasty now? Is that what 3?
Haven't they already been?
Did they win one in 2021 or 2020?
They won last year.
I know last year. When was the one before that?
2020. But I don't really count that for like. Because that was that season that they started way late. No fans could come because of COVID. Like they didn't start season until July, I think. So they won it, but they only played like 3 months of baseball.
It's still 3 and 5 years.
And then there was a lot of teams that couldn't even play because they stayed sick the whole time. So I don't know. I feel like that season was just kind of for morale. I mean, not to take anything away. If the Braves had won it in 2020, I'd be like, yeah, but it was 2020, not kind of not that important.
I did feel kind of bad for what's his name? Their star player. Vlad.
Oh, Guerrero. Yeah. Vladimir Guerrero. I know, I did too. He stayed in the dugout.
Then I saw that one scene, he wiped a little tear. I was like, I know. That's tough. That's tough. Sometimes you do root for the one who never had who don't have a ring or championship.
Well, and I think that's what makes baseball great. And that's what I was trying to say that I think is missing with Ohtani, because he doesn't have that. Of course, everyone said he's good. He's a good, skilled player. He just doesn't have that like relatableness that you feel because he's very emotionless.
I think it's just cultural.
And Japanese. It probably is. It's just tough to like be like, man, I love watching that guy play, even though he is talented. I just don't get
even Yamamoto, like doing
excited.
His pitching, we won all 3 road games. But like he don't really show emotion. He showed the very end when they got the last out.
He did,
he got excited, but it's still like and they picked him up. But it's like he don't look as excited as like American player. Like
Yeah,
They've
but
been cussing and
even all the
screaming.
guys, like, I mean, look at like Acuna and all there. I mean, even the guys from like, Central and South
I
America,
mean, they're more flashy.
yeah, but
They're 100% more.
they're stoked.
They got flash
I'll
for a
give you
game.
an example. The Phillies. I can't think of his name. It's left me. The main player.
Yeah. If you wouldn't have said it,
Gosh, I know. Same.
if you wouldn't have said it, dang.
You looking it up for me?
Yeah,
Bryce Harper.
yeah, Bryce Harper. That's
Like I can't stand him, and I can't stand the Phillies
because of his attitude.
Yeah,
He
he's
got
just a
cocky.
punk. He's a punk, but he's talented. Not talking about his skill at baseball. He's a punk, but even like when Acuna got hurt, and they're always like back and forth, like and each other. Even when Acuna got hurt, he was like, "Man, I hope he gets better. I want him to come back to the game. The game's not the same without him." Like that's because he understands like that relatableness with baseball. And I just don't get that from Ohtani. And so that's since I had some like someone was threatening to put me on probation or something for an episode over my Ohtani comments. But I feel that's what I was trying to get across is like just don't get the from him other than like he pitches and hits. Okay, cool.
Well, somebody else who didn't get the oomph was Hugh Freeze.
He never had the oomph.
And it was funny you say that because I just recently saw a video with someone talking about Hugh Freeze, and they were speaking about him. They're like, he always have the oh shucks face, or the look. He has a confused face. And they went back to the Missouri game. Apparently, there was a pass interference call that went against Auburn. They should have got, didn't get. And it was like Hugh Freeze just looked down and confused.
Yeah.
And they were like, for the rest of the game, all the players looked down and confused. And they were like, that is the sum up Hugh Freeze experience.
So my daughter pitches. We play 10U softball and she pitches. And it's something that's new for her this season. And I never she's worked real hard and gotten better. But the part they don't prepare you for is the mental aspect of pitching.
Next play.
And she's like me. She shows her emotion, like it's all over her face. Like if an ump doesn't give her a call, she's over there like, I'm like, we're not doing that. That's the same as arguing. Like, but you'll get an ump every now and then that's got a strike zone like yay big. And as a pitcher, that's frustrating. But I'm like, you can't show that frustration because number one, your team's looking at you and following your lead.
They're gonna feed off you.
But then also the other team's looking at you like, look at her. She's all ruffled. I'm not worried about her. She's either gonna like walk us or we're gonna just, send the balls. And so we've had to talk about like, even when you feel defeated, you can't feel defeated till later. Like you got to push through to the next.
So we talked about that after the Georgia game because I said when that first half ended, how it did end, they came out the second half looking defeated. Like they couldn't move the ball. They couldn't even put 3 points on the board. It was like they just gave up after that call.
Yeah.
And you made the comment like, as Hugh Freeze, they got to be your Rudy moment.
Right.
Like you got to
rally,
out, fire your troops up, get them back on board, and come back the second half and play ball.
And so, that's it. You can't. I've told her a million times since she was playing 6U. I'm like, look, we don't cry out there, which she's not a big crier anyway. But I'm like, you can cry when we get in the car. You can cry when we get home. Whatever you need to do, but out there, you're rallying till the very end, unless you're like physically hurt. I mean, I'll let her cry then, but.
And he had made the comment too a week or two ago about saying the seniors there have never won a home game in Auburn in SEC play, right?
The seniors if they've been there all 4 years, they have only ever won 4 home games.
4 home games.
Their whole career.
4 periods. So I did look at
4 home conference games.
So Hugh Freeze finishes up as a 15-19 overall record. He was 6-16 in SEC. So this year they're looking at 4-5, and they're 1-5 in the SEC. So they only got 1 SEC win this year.
Yeah.
It's
terrible.
Your athletic director did say that the expectation for Auburn football is to annually compete for championships. Is that even a realistic goal for Auburn? I'm just curious.
It used to be very realistic, yeah. And I mean, I don't mean like in the 60s. I mean like, you know, I mean, they went to the national championship in 2010 was the last time.
I mean, I had Cam.
And then
he's like an exception.
they went also in, well, they won in 2010 and they went again in like 2013. And they lost to Florida State, I think it was 13. So they used to compete at a higher level, but you know, I don't really think you can only blame Hugh Freeze because you got to start look. Okay, well, who hired him? Okay, well then, like the guy before him, a joke. Who hired him? Oh, okay. So you got to look at the athletic director. Like, also, sir, you're a problem. But who hired him? The president. Also, sir, you're a problem. We have more problems than just Hugh Freeze, and like people have been calling for Freeze's head, and so they got that, and now they're calling for the AD and the president's head because, you know, that's but and also the board of trustees, they're a problem too. It's all very like our favorite term, good old boys system.
So it's funny you say that because if you add up Freeze with Malzahn and Harson, Auburn is now paying $52 million in coach
Well,
buyouts.
Malzahn's off the books. Harson goes off the books next year.
So now they just added the $15.8 million for Freeze.
Right. And, you know, I'm going to say this one more time. We could have saved all that money. At what point do you hire somebody that's not a big name at a much lower price point? And then if they perform, you increase their pay. Like it's called like a performance-based contract with, you know, you guarantee this amount. So let's not put down a 6-figure salary. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with a nice little 6-figure salary and work your way up to the big money if you perform well.
You talking about let's hire somebody maybe not totally not proven to the top level, get a mid-level coach and let them grow.
Yeah, because okay, Cadillac, for example, you hire him, right? Like if we'd hired him years ago, hire him. Let's say he has a great first season. And when I say great, I mean like, we'll say he gets 5 or 6 conference wins. And that's great compared to what we've been getting. And then let's say the second year he gets, you know, he has like a 10-2 season or something. Third season, I mean, that to me is building success. Or let's say he looks like absolute trash. And by year 3, you're like, well, he was trash. At least we didn't have to pay much for him. You know, now we just got to pay $16 million for trash when we could have just.
See, I wonder if SEC, like what Auburn said about competing for championships annually.
Yeah.
This is the 4th SEC coach and got fired. It's like, is that a real expectation now with NIL, with how football is going? Because now you got Arkansas, LSU, Florida, and now Auburn is who's going to be looking for a coach.
Well, it feels like if a lot of teams took that approach, because a lot of these guys that are big names are getting old. And so eventually you got to.
That's why I like DeBoer. He was a middle-aged guy. He wasn't an old gray hair.
Yeah.
Been coaching for years and years his whole life.
Right.
He can relate to players.
Well, you got.
Remember, Alabama fan, when he first got last year, they was complaining because he was wearing a hoodie.
But listen, one of the guys that everyone's after is that fine dude at Notre Dame. He's fine. He is fine. What's his name? Please pull him up.
Oh, dang. Is it Marcus?
Yep.
What's his last name?
I don't know. Fine. So fine.
He ain't gonna leave Notre Dame.
No, I know. I'm using him as an example. Well,
Marcus Freeman.
Okay, but Marcus Freeman. Florida was begging him.
You know what? He has a good hairline. I'll say
he has a fine dude. Okay, but like Florida was like begging him, right? And he was like, "That's a hard no." Like he didn't even entertain it. He's good where he's at. It's not. I don't think he's coming to Auburn. By the way, I need everyone to know that. But what I'm saying is, they took a chance on him. Who was he? We don't know.
I could see him leaving Notre Dame. The issue with Notre Dame is they don't have a conference.
Well, that doesn't matter anymore with NIL. Not with NIL, it doesn't. But I'm just saying, like, nobody really knew who he was, you know, and there's lots of guys like him out there that would run successful programs, but everyone's trying to get all these ancient old white dudes that maybe were good back in the early 2000s.
Like Bill Belichick.
Oh my gosh. Y'all deserve that, wherever, North Carolina or wherever he went. So yeah, that's I think you, at some point, you got to break the younger guys in. And either they do great and it was a good hire, or they don't and you're on to the next. But at least you're like no strings attached. You're
not as invested as heavily as you are with these big old guys.
Right.
It got ugly in that Auburn game. I saw some Facebook posts. I got to look in. Them stands look empty.
So let me tell you,
they were chanting fire.
Well, we have YouTube TV, so there's a dispute going on apparently. So we watched no football Saturday, and I was not even mad about it. I got my Halloween stuff taken down. I got so much stuff done, and then we went to that food and wine festival for a little while, and then came home that night and watched. Cooked dinner and watched the World Series. It was like whatever time the World Series was like fixing to go into extra innings, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Auburn played tonight." I had not the game. I pulled it up 10-3. I was like, "Wyatt, 10-3 was the
only
final
put 3 points on the board is in college football.
That's
just horrendous.
All that is they quit, because if you're, what do they have to play for at this point? You know, they just quit. That's what that is.
It did, yeah. Everybody quit. The players quit. The fans quit. it was over. I think that game against Kentucky at home, like the writing was on the wall. There was no way to escape it.
I just didn't even acknowledge that it. I mean, I forgot it was happening, and then when I saw the ending, I was like, that sucks. Okay, moving on.
Now we're just looking for next year. Looking for the next coach. Looking for next year. This year's done.
Well, you know, it's a weird place to be. My Braves, they need a manager. Auburn needs a coach.
Well, lucky for you, you're off to Epcot this week.
Oh yeah.
So you get
so lucky. It really feels about like the most financially irresponsible thing I've ever done.
This is life, though. Sometimes you say YOLO. Sometimes you just say YOLO. You know what?
I know, and we are looking forward to it. We are. So it's come at a terrible time with the government shutdown, but we're just going to go and pretend that everything's great and
disconnect from life, reality,
just for a couple days.
That's good.
We're looking forward to it. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Kid-free Disney trip.
Yeah, which is honestly the way to go. If you haven't done a kid-free Disney trip, highly recommend it. I was like, I think my favorite part might be like how I'm not going to be asked to buy everything in sight.
I'm hungry.
I'm bored.
I'm thirsty.
I don't want to stand in this line anymore. I'm just going to.
And it's the Food and Wine Fest at Epcot you're going to, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather's good. So.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good weather. The highs keep kind of creeping a little bit, and you know I don't like the heat. I wish they'd creep back down a little bit. But I mean, the highs are like 82. I know that's not terrible, but
if I had one thing that they could change about the Athens Wine Fest, it'll be bumping it up closer to the beginning of fall when the weather is not as cool outside.
Oh, I loved the weather Saturday.
See,
if the Disney highs would be like 74, 73, but like chilling mostly in the 60s all day, perfection.
So I've been struggling. I'm like, I don't know when to get my steps in now. Like it's getting colder outside.
See, and I'm like, the sky's the limit for getting my steps in. I can go in the morning, I can go in the afternoon, the evening.
So I used to go at nighttime, but I had to stop that. It's getting too cold. Like I can't take my hands out of my pocket. I'm walking like my hands out, and it just no.
Okay, I'll give you my tips, because you just gotta layer, and then you gotta get some hot hands and have them in your pockets, and you can even carry them if you want. Because I'm not trying to walk with my hands in my pockets either.
It's not a good investment in my walking. I don't think I'm that invested.
No, the hot hand, you throw them away.
I know what I'm just saying. That's a big investment. I feel like I gotta plan this walk. Like I don't want to see.
No, it's not. No, you go get a bag of them at Walmart, and they come in packs of 2, but you just really need 1 per walk.
Okay.
You don't need 2 per walk because that's a little excessive. You can just go back and forth. But I'm just saying, like, if you've got a hot hand in your pocket, you just heat your hands up real quick, and you're good to go for a little while.
Well, I hope y'all do enjoy your Epcot Food and Wine Festival. I'll be in Knoxville, Tennessee
Thanks.
for a hockey tournament. So
Old
maybe
Rocky
it'll be
Top.
me and just my son.
That'll be fun. Knoxville's a cool city or a cool town, whatever.
I've never been in Knoxville, so that'll be the first time.
It's pretty. It's right on the river. East Tennessee's pretty. I mean, you get past Knoxville, it's a little bit of the hill country. You can get like a little banjos playing maybe, but Knoxville's nice. You'll like it. It's right on the river, and it's cool.
All right, well,
it's a university town.
Next week we can talk about your food and wine and Disney experience, and maybe it'll be fun-filled content.
Working my way around the world, if you know what I mean.
Getting your steps in.
Getting my steps in.
We're gonna look at that step app.
I know. I've been
like 30,000.
You already know. You already know. I told Wyatt, I was like, I might even at some point just need to take a break, like leave you on a bench, do a couple laps around the world.
You might be Brian out. He been kicking it.
I might be.
He averages 20,000.
You know, I ran into.
I didn't know what he does. What do you do to get 20,000?
Okay, so I asked because I ran into his brother,
okay,
Blake, on Halloween, and of course, you know, I had to bring up the Steps app because I take it very seriously. In fact, the other day I got a new phone, and you said it was showing yours, but on mine it only showed 115 steps because it was like once I got my new phone set up, and I was so mad because I was in the top 3 that day, and it at like almost 15,000 steps, and it bumped me to the end, and I was like, Serge, look at the Steps app and see if it shows. I mean, I take it. I'm a winner. I like to win. So I asked him though. So what does your brother do? He said, oh, he just likes to get those steps in to piss everybody else off.
So he really out there walking like that?
Well, he said he works at TVA.
Okay.
So
he might walk in the plant too.
I think so. And I guess depending on what you do there, you could potentially get a lot of steps in. So anyway, we were laughing about that.
There was one guy at the very beginning. His name was Dex. He was always number 1.
Oh, I know Dex. I mean, I don't know Dex, but
he lived in the city. He used to walk everywhere, but now he's moved, and I don't think he moved to an area that's walkable, as walkable as it was.
Dex.
That's why he's fell off.
Dex, you were giving me something to strive for.
And that was Brian. Now Brian is taking over the reins and just killing it.
Yeah.
But I did see my 70-year-old neighbor. So her average, she finished out at the top 15. I just can't let her have more than me. She's 70 with 2 replaced knees. I can't have her feeding me out.
Well, you told me back at the beginning of October I was going to fall off. And I'm not on Facebook for you to. I don't know if you posted the results, but I have consistently stayed ahead of you.
You know what? You beat me by 1.
I have consistently stayed ahead of you on month, week, and days.
It was only like a couple hundred steps you beat me by. It wasn't a lot.
What, on the month end?
Yes.
But yeah, that's because like
on the average, on the monthly average.
Right. And I don't like that one. I like the weekly average better. I feel like it's a more accurate picture. But because I probably walk about 5 to 6 days out of the 7. And so then I was like, you know, if I'm one of those days I take off, it bumps you way down, but I don't feel like it's accurate because I consistently stay ahead of you. I make sure of that. That's all I'm trying to do is stay ahead of you. And I know I go to bed and you like take off walking, so that it's colder at night now.
Yeah, that's gonna change now for sure. 100%. You're gonna know where I'm at before you go to bed. I've already changed that. I'm not.
I'll get up and like look at that, and I'm like, son of a gun, he went on a freaking 11 p.m. walk. I really like to win.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoy your Epcot experience.
I will.
And
I will.
We'll be back next week to chat about that.
I'll tell you some fun stories, I'm sure, about my drinking around the world.
All right. Well, we're out.
See ya.